Good morning, students. We have studied polynomial last year, right? Everyone should understand, everyone should knows what is polynomial according to their degrees, right? So, there are some degree of polynomial. If it is degree is 2, then it is called quadratic polynomial. So, based on that, today let's understand this example. Example is Sanket purchased a rectangular plot having area 200 meter square. Length of the plot was 10 meter, more than its breadth. Find out the length and the breadth of the plot. So, what is the length of and breadth of the plot? Let the breadth of the plot be x meter. Is suppose. So, what is the length? Then length should be x plus 10 because it is more than 10 meter from the width. Then area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. This is the formula. Then let's put value 200. Area of rectangle is given 200 meter square. That is equal to x plus 10, which is length of plot, into x. X is the breadth of the plot. Then 200 is equal to x square because x into x. Let multiply by the x to the bracket. So x square plus 10x. That is x square plus 10x is equal to 200. Therefore x square plus 10x minus 200. Shift 200 to that left side, that is equal to 0. Now solving this equation, we will decide the dimension of the plot. So let's study how to solve equation. So what we learn today? Today we will learn the chapter number 2, quadratic equation. Students, remember one thing while solving such examples. Read carefully first example, because once you fail to form the equation, everything will be without everything will be uh, wrong further. So while forming equations from the information, be careful. So let's start with our chapter topic, quadratic equation, in which today we will learn the practice set 2.6, from which we will start from the example number 4. So example number 4 is Vivek is older than Kishore by 5 years. The sum of the reciprocal of their ages is 1 by 6. Find their present ages. Now remember, now understand the example. Vivek is older than Kishore by 5 years. So he is older. Vivek is older than Kishore by 5 years. The sum of the reciprocals you should know, it is in the form of fraction. So it is reciprocal of their ages is 1 by 6. So find their ages. Let's suppose Kishore's present age be x years. Kishore's present age be x years. And what will be Vivek's age? Then Vivek's present age be x plus 5, because he is 5 years little from the Kishore. Then the next time, if you read carefully, you will find out one condition is in the sum. That is sum of reciprocal of their age. So we know now Kishore's age is x. So reciprocal, that is 1 by x, plus Vivek's age is x plus 5. Reciprocal of Vivek's age is 1 upon x plus 5. That is equal to 1 upon 6, which is given 1 by 6. So let's simplify the example. 1 by 6 plus 1 upon x plus 5. If we take cross multiplication, we will get x plus 5x plus x upon x square plus 5x equal to 1 by 6 as it is. Then the next 6, what we did, we take cross multiplication. of both the side, left and right. So 6 into bracket 2x plus 5, that is equal to x square plus 5 into 1. Then 12x plus 30 is equal to x square plus 5x. We multiply 6 to the bracket and 1 to the next bracket. So we will get 12x plus 30 is equal to x square plus 5 is 5x as it is. Then we have to shift 12x plus 30 to the right side. So what will remain to the left? 0. So 0 is equal to x square plus 5x minus 12x plus 30. So let's simplify the example. We will write it in the form x square minus 7x minus 30. 7x how come? 12 minus 5. We know if plus sign and negative sign is there, we will take the sign of large number, that is 12 is the large number, and also we do the action which is directed from the large numbers only. So x square plus 5x minus 12x minus 30 is equal to 0. Next step is, then this is the simple equation, right? But we can't find the x value, so for that we need to do some extra in this equation. So what we'll do, x square minus, we can write for the 7 is, that is minus 10x plus 3x. If we put value, that is large number is 10, so the answer will be remain same, that is 7. So we can write it as x square minus 10x plus 3x minus 30 is equal to 0. So now from that we can take out the x common. If you see, this is the x into bracket will remain x minus 10 plus, in the second we will common out 3. So in bracket the x minus 10 will remain. So now the two brackets are same. Let's common out this bracket, that is x minus 10, it is common. Then the remaining is x plus 3 in the next bracket, that is equal to 0. Now the next is x minus 10 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then second, our next step is x minus 10 is equal to 0. If you simplify this equation, we will get x is equal to 10, because if 10 is shifted to the right side, its original sign is negative, so it will convert into the positive sign, so it will get the automatically positive number. So x is equal to 10, and here x plus 3, it will become x is equal to minus 3. But we know age is not in the negative sign, so Kishore's age should be the 10 years, and the Vivek's age is x plus 5, we know. So x is the 10. So 10 plus 5 is equal to 15 years. Understood? I think everyone understood. So let's move to the next example. Example 2 is, Suyash scored 10 marks more in second test than that in the first. 5 times the score of the second test is the same as square of the score in the first test. First test. Find his score in first test. Carefully read the example. Suyash scored 10 marks more in second test than the first test. So what is given? Suresh scored 10 marks more in the second, and 5 times the score of the second test is the same as square of the score in the first test. So let Suresh scored x marks in the first test. Suppose Suresh, if we can consider, if Suresh scored x marks in the first test, Then he scored x plus 10 marks in the second test, right? Because he got 10 marks more in the second test. So if we consider for first test score is x, then the condition is given, that is 5x, 5 times, actually 5 times means into 5, whatever the number, whatever the score he uh, scored in the exam, he 5 times the score of the second test is the same as the square of the score in the first test. Those condition please read carefully. 5x, that is 5 times of the score in the first test, that is 5 into x, score of second time test is equal to score of first test. You can see at the last step, score of the first step and bracket square, because it is nothing but the score of the first test. So next step, let's simplify, let's put values. That is equal to 5 into bracket 5x plus 10 is equal to x square. So therefore 5x plus 50 is equal to x square. Then 0 is equal to x square minus 5 minus 50. So he scored 10 marks in the first exam. Next step is x square minus 5x minus 50 is equal to 0. This is the simple equation. Let's write 5 in the form of minus 10x plus 5x. We can write it, right? So x square minus 10x plus 5x minus 50 is equal to 0. We should just simplify the 5 in the form of 10 and 5. Then the next step is x. Let's common out x from the above. X, if we common out the x, the bracket remaining with x minus 10, right? So x in the second term we can common out 5. So in bracket we will get x minus 10, that is equal to 0. Let's common out the bracket x minus 10, x minus 10, and the another bracket will x plus 5, that is equal to 0. So let's do the next step, that is we know x minus 10 is equal to 0 or x plus 5 is equal to 0. This is the same method we have to follow to solve such equations. We have to simplify the equations in the form like we need to write two numbers in a such way that the answer should be the same number, but we can common out the two, we can common out the something from that equation. So that we need to follow these steps to each and every equation, each and every example from this set. So the next step is x minus 10 is equal to 0 or x plus 5 is equal to 0. As we know, x if we shift 10 into the right side, we will get x is equal to 10 or x is equal to minus 5. So we know marks are not in the minus negative sign, so he will get the 10 marks in the first test. So he scored 10 marks in the first test. Now the next, I hope everyone understood the previous example. Now go to the next. Mr. Kasam runs a small business of making earthen pots. He makes certain number of pots on daily at basis. Production cost of each pot is rupees 40, more than 10 times total number of pots. Read carefully. Production cost of each pot is 40, more than 10 times total number of pots he makes in one day. If production cost of all pots per day is 600, find production cost of one pot and number of pots he makes per day. So what we have to find? We have to find the cost of one pot and the number of pots he makes per day. So let's move towards the answer. Suppose Mr. Kasam makes X pots every day. What do I have to consider? we have to consider that Mr. Kasam makes X pots every day. So according to question, production case of each pot production case of each pot is equal to 10x, because in the example it is given it is 10 times total number of pots. 10x plus 40 is plus 40, which is it is given production cost of each pot is rupees 40 more than 10 times total number of pots. So 10x plus 40, number of pots made in one day is equal to is into production cost of one pot is equal to 600, which is given. So number of pots made in one day into production of cost of one pot is which is 600 in which is given value in the example. So let's simplify, let's put values. X into bracket 10x plus 40 is equal to 600. According to the example, we have to calculate the one pot value and the number of pots he makes per day. So for that, go to the next step. If we multiply, or we can solve the bracket by multiplying x to the bracket. So 10x square plus 40x is let's move 600 to the left side, that is minus, it will become minus 600 is equal to 0. Then the next, therefore x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 0. So next should be the, let's we can write for 4 as 10x minus 6x, we can write, right? So let's do as per our need. X square plus 10x minus 6x minus 60 is equal to 0 as it is. So the next is, let's common out the x from the first term. X, if we common out the x, the bracket will remain with x plus 10 minus 6 we can common out from the next term, so the bracket will remain with x plus 10 is equal to 0. Now x square plus 10x minus 6 minus 60 is equal to 0. We common out the bracket x plus 10 and the remaining is x minus 6. So x plus 10, let common out the one bracket and this is the common bracket, and the another bracket is x minus 6 is equal to 0. Then we know, what we know, x plus 10 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0, which is the common step to each and every equation. Now we know if we shift 10 to the right side, if we calculate if we want to the value of x, we need to shift the 10 to the right side. So x is equal to minus 10 because it has positive sign to the left side. If we shifted it to the right side, it will get automatically the opposite sign. So x is equal to minus 10 and the x is equal to 6, because 6 has the negative sign at the left side, and if we shifted it to the right side, it will get opposite sign of negative. So x is equal to 6, and we know there is not such a way that we can calculate the pots numbers of pots in a minus sign, that is negative way. So the number of pots he makes every day is equal to 6 pots. That's why, or we can say, therefore the production cost of one pot, which is a condition of the example, that is we consider it 10x plus 40, right? So let's simplify it. 10 into 6, which is the number of pots he makes every day. So 10 into 6 plus 40, which is 10 into 6 is 60 plus 40 is equal to 100. Everyone understood how it comes? So production cost of one pot is 100, and if we want to calculate the answer, 600, because which is given in the example, we can check out, cross check also our answer. That is, he makes 6 pots every day, right? And the cost of one pot is 100. Then if we calculate the total net benefit of his one day income, so we can calculate by 6 into 100, that is 600. So we solved the in a correct way, right? So let's move to the next example. Next example is Pratik takes 8 hours to travel 36 km downstream and returns to the same spot. The speed of the boat in still water is 12 km per hour. Find the speed of water current. What we have to find? We have to find the speed of the water current. Let's consider the Pratik takes 8 hours to travel 36 km in downstream and returns to the same spot. So, speed of boat in still water is 12.12 km per hour, which is given. So, let speed of water current is x km per hour. Consider the speed of the water current is x km per hour. So, therefore, speed of boat in downstream 12 plus x km per hour, and the speed of boat in upstream, because he is returning to its original spot. So the upstream also there, we need to consider it while solving, because it is not mentioned there upstream and downstream. We need to understand this. So speed of boat in downstream is 12 plus x, and the given, that is speed of boat in upstream, which is same. But if we travel to the upstream, or the in such examples, for the downstreams we consider positive sign, and for upstream we consider negative sign. Remember, this is very important. For the downstream we consider plus sign, and for upstream we consider negative sign. So for the speed of the boat in upstream is 12 minus x kilometer per hour. So the formulas are there. Speed is equal to distance upon time, and the time is equal to distance upon speed. These are the formulas. Let's put values in each. Time taken to travel from A to B, that is downstream to, sorry, upstream to downstream, A to B, that is downstream. AB is equal to 36 km, which is given in the example if we read it carefully. And the next same, that is time taken to travel from B to A. From B to A is the same distance upstream, because for the downstream he traveled the same distance. So BA is equal to 36 km. Then the next, let's simplify it. T1, that is time. T1 is equal to 36, which is speed, sorry, distance, which is distance of downstream, upon 12 plus x, which is the speed of the downstream. 12 plus x, why we take 12 plus x here? Because it is in the downstream direction, and we know, remember, for downstream we take positive sign, and the here in the upstream, T2 is equal to 36 upon 12 minus x. Why 12 minus x is come here? Because it is upstream direction. So according to question, T1 plus T2 is equal to 8 hours, which is given. It takes 8 hours. It is said in the example itself. So T1 is above 36 upon 12 plus x, plus 36 upon 12 minus x t2 is equal to 8. Let's simplify the equation. 36, let common out, into the bracket 1 upon 12x plus 1 upon 12 minus x is equal to 8. Then 36, 12 minus x, simplify, just cross multiplication of the bracket takes place over here. So 12 minus x plus 12 plus x upon 12 square minus x square, that is equal to 8. Just simply cross multiplication took place over there. So 36 into 24 is equal to 8 into the bracket 144 minus x square. What the step, do you understand what is happening over here? 36 into the 24, how come? 24 comes from the 12 plus 12, that is 24, and x get cancelled, x plus x minus get cancelled each other, so remaining is 12 plus 12, which is 24, and then down, that is denominator side, it is 12 square, that is square of 12 is 144, and into the bracket x square, right? So let's simplify. 36 into 24 is 108. 108 is equal to 144 as it is minus x square. So x square is equal to 144 minus 108. It is simple subtraction. So x square is equal to 36. Now x square is there. We need to value of x only. So let's square root out the 36. So x is equal to under square root 36. Therefore x is equal to 6. So Pinto takes next example. I hope everyone understood first example, previous example. Then we can go further. So next example is Pinto takes 6 days more than those of Nishu to complete certain work. If they work together, they finish it in 4 days. How many days will it take to complete the work if they work alone? So what we need to find out? We need to find out their separate work time, right? How work they done separately in a one day. So let's suppose Nishu completes a work in x days and Pintu completes a work in x plus 6 days, which is given a, read carefully. Pintu takes 6 days more than those of Nishu to complete a certain work. That's why if we consider the x for Nishu's work, then x plus 6 should be the Pintu's work time. So Nishu's work in one day is equal to 1 by 6. Just take reciprocal of it. And the Nishu's work in 4 days, that is 4 upon x. And now the Pintu's work in one day, 1 upon x plus 6. Just putting values in the steps. Then Pintu's work in 4 days, that is 4 upon x plus 6. So according to question what, Nishu's 4 days work plus Pintu's 4 days work is equal to 1, which is given in the example. If we read carefully the example, what is given there? It is given that Nishu's 4 days work plus Pintu's 4 days work is equal to 1. They complete their work in one day, right? That's why we took 1 over here. So the next, simplify this. So Nishu's 4 days work is 4 upon x plus Pintu's 4 days work, that is 4 upon x plus 6, that is equal to 1. Now let's common out 4. So into the bracket 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 6 bracket complete. Now the 4 as it is, 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 6 and is equal to 1, which is given in the example. So we written 1 over there. So next step is x into the bracket. Let's now cross multiply the example, that is bracket 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 6. Then we will get x plus 6 upon x square plus 6s. 1 is as it is. Now solve the simplify the bracket. Then we will get 4 x plus x. If we see in the above step, x plus 6 plus 6, sorry x, so there are 2x, right? So let's simplify it with 2x plus 6 and is equal to, move this denominator part to the right side, to the next to the equal part. So x square plus 6x into 1, that's why it remains as it is. So the next 8x plus 24 is equal to x square plus 6x. Now we need to move the 8x plus 24 to the right side. So what will remain to the left? 0. So 0 is equal to x square plus 6x minus 8x minus 24. Right? So the next is, so x square minus 10x, because from the 8 6 is subtract. So how many remains? 2 are remaining. So x square minus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. Now x square minus 6x plus 4x minus 24. The above equation x square minus 2x minus 24, we need to solve it, right? But we cannot solve such equations, so that's why we need to construct something over there. So what we construct, we write 2 as the minus 6 plus 4x. The value will be remain same, but we just need the common out factor. That's why we written it in the form of minus 6 plus 4x. So let's common out x from the first term. So if you common out x, then in bracket remain with x minus 6 plus in the next term we can common out 4. So bracket remain with x minus 6 is equal to 0. So the next is x minus 6 is the same bracket. So let's common out this bracket, and the other is x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now we know the next step, x minus 6 is equal to 0 or x plus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. How come? Because we need to shift minus 6 to the right side. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus 4. And we know the days we cannot count in a negative sign. So answer should be 6. X is equal to 6. So Nishu complete one work in 6 days and Pintu completes one work in 6 plus 6, because we consider x plus 6 for the Pintu's work. So x plus 6 is equal to, so let's put value in the x, that is x is the 6. So 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. I hope everyone understood. And one more thing, students, while solving these examples, we think critically. If we cannot think critically, or we can say, if we cannot think it carefully, we cannot get the equation, and if we not get equation, everything will be fail, because we cannot solve such example. We need to think very carefully, very critically for such examples. I hope everyone understood. The remaining part will be given, will take in the next lesson. And also I'm sharing my Google form with you, in which there is a question set and also some activities are there in that form. So please refer that activities, and thank you so much. So what we learned today? So today we have learned quadratic equation which solve the 2.6 set. Thank you so much, students.